All right, we are at CRS 2016, and my dear friend Mark Wills. My gosh, we've been at these events for a long time.
Well, if we added up, I've been here 20 years.
Yeah, and I've been here since 2000, so 16.
So 16, so we're like 36 years
experience
combined.
Wow.
CRS experience here. So
we're like the grandfathers of CRS now.
Yes, except for you're not a man. I was going to say, well, I wasn't sure where you were going with that, but yeah, it's you know what, and it's changed a lot. I mean, we new surroundings, new hotel. At least for me, I was here one day last year, but it was just real quick in and out doing a few interviews, and so this is my first time here at the Omni.
It's awesome.
Is it
it's
the
my
first
first
time?
Yeah, it's the first time. So yeah.
So it's been a unique experience. Got to see a bunch of old friends. Got to talk to some folks.
That's the best part, is seeing people we don't get to see very often.
Right. Well, but it's now weird because we used to have our certain haunts that we would stay every time we would get into town.
Yep.
You go to the Bridge Bar. You would go to here, and so now it's a little different.
Trying
because
to figure out where everybody's
totally
hanging.
Totally different hang. I came in last night and went to Kitchen Notes downstairs and eat dinner and run into about 40 people that I knew. So it was like, hey, I hadn't seen y'all yet. Good to see you. So it's been a good time.
It's good. What have y'all been up to? I know you're doing music. I know you're doing some TV show stuff. Let's talk about a little bit of that.
Well, we've been working on some new music for a little over a year, like song by song.
Okay.
And we've really sort of went back to almost a throwback. Not really a throwback, but we're not necessarily making music that is today's music. We're making today's music, but it's more of a reminiscent of a 90s country music. It's more melodic driven. It's more song driven. We wanted to put some great songs out there because in all the stuff that's out there right now, I just feel like that's sort of kind of what's missing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Great melodic music that tells a story, and so that's what we've been working on for the new music. And I signed up this past year, in December, to start hosting a television show for Remington Firearms. I'm a big shooter. I've been a shooter my whole life, so I'm hosting a hunting show for Remington, and it's an outdoor show. It's a show that showcases firearms, new firearms, but it's based around hunting. I got to take my daughter on her very first hunt this year. My 13-year-old.
Awesome.
I actually got to take her on her first 2 hunts this year. We did a Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation hunt, and she harvested a bull elk, and then a couple months later she got to harvest her first whitetail, and all of it's in the freezer. So we're that's why I'm not standing sideways, because when I'm standing sideways, the gut pokes out a little bit from all the good eating we've done at my house.
Did she enjoy it? I mean, did she get into it?
Well, Macy has a rare digestive issue where her body doesn't process fat, so she has to eat extremely lean meats, and so that's why she started elk hunting. That's why she started deer hunting, because of the fat content, the real low fat content in the meat.
Sure.
And so yeah, she's enjoying it. She loves it. I love teaching. I don't have any boys, so I've had to pass on my love of the outdoors to one of my children, and one of them has as much interest in outdoor hunting as, say, this light does, which is zero.
Right.
She's my Disney princess.
She's a girly girl.
She is. Yep. She's my Disney princess, and so that is not in her wheelhouse.
But that's
so
okay.
my youngest is she's all over it.
Good. Well, that's good. With all that's transpired in the last years with the music and everything, what challenges are you finding, being that you've had music really big in the past, and now you're putting out stuff that, like you said, has more of a melody? So what obstacles have you had to overcome? Anything with technology or the social media?
Technology isn't. I'm having to fight the misconception that I'm an old man.
You're not an old man.
But I started having hits when I was 22. So now that I'm 42, people think that I'm 62 because I've been having hits for 20 years. And so, they're like, oh, Mark's old, and then yet the next word out of their mouth is, did you hear that awesome new Luke Bryan song? And I'm like, yeah, I'm 3 years older than he is, So I think that's the big misconception, is that I'm so much older than people think, than I actually am, because I've been doing it for so long.
You've been hearing your name and your music for so long that they just perceive it that way.
Right,
so.
Exactly. When you start out and you sign your record deal at 22 and you record your first record and put it out there, and you start having success Because we did. Jacob's Ladder was a top 5 record right off the bat,
Yep.
and we've been doing it for 20 years, and so that's the thing that we've been fighting the most, is for people to realize that we're right there in the same age bracket as the guys that are out there having all the success right now.
Yep.
So hopefully they can count.
Yeah.
Do subtraction and addition and stuff like that, and go, oh yeah, we got it. And
Well, if the music is like you say it's going to be, with a melody and a reason behind the song, I have no doubt that they're going to embrace it. I look forward to that.
Well, I just feel like that's what's missing from country music right now, and it has been for a few years. We sort of gotten away from the story songs, the melodic driven music.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a whole lot of people that are out there that still want that kind of music.
Yep.
And there's it's great that we've opened the fan base up and we brought a lot of the kids in, but I believe that at some point, like everything else, you have to kind of go back to the roots, what brought country music and what made country music what it is. And I believe that that's great story songs.
Absolutely. Well, we're so glad you stopped by our booth today. It's good
Happy
to
to
see
be
you.
here.
Always happy to visit with you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you again soon.
Absolutely.
All right.